What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Reports. Today I'm bringing you an anime review and first impression of King's Game, or Ousama Game, episode 1. Man, that music that we got, and especially the opening for this series, just has a early 2000s horror movie feel. You know what that was. You know, when the market started getting flooded again with these edgy type of horror movies that was coming over to America, that was really adaptations of Japanese movies, and all of them were about ghosts and spirits and vengeful things and technology, and it just gave me that type of feel like I was watching something like One Missed Call or Pulse, or those type of movies where they wasn't exactly the best, but you still would watch it, you know, with friends, or just to get a thrill or a scare out of it. And that is the type of feel that I am getting from King's Game right now, because the premise of it alone, again, is the type of thing that if you dug deep enough into the horror genre, you saw before, maybe in a movie. It's probably a movie that is just like this, where you're dealing with a whole bunch of classmates who are getting these strange, weird text messages that starts out pretty innocent. Then things are just gonna get fucked up and we're gonna go from there. I mean, it even has shades of Another, since we're dealing with the classroom type of environment and kids just straight up getting wrecked by this king whose rule are absolute. So you have to follow his directions or you're gonna die. That's the end of the story. And really, that is the premise of King's Game. But I have to be honest that something felt a little bit off about this, and I probably wouldn't have been able to immediately put my finger on it, or maybe I would have. But you can definitely tell that it seems like we were dropped into the middle of a story with this, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, because I actually found out and read earlier today that this is actually the sequel that they're adapting for this series. As we can see, our main character, Noble Aki, he is a survivor of this game, and now he is basically doing this all over again. So it's gonna seem like a type of thing that you can't get out of. Even if you survive, you're gonna get pulled back in again, as the episode starts off with him actually, we don't know if it's a nightmare or if this really happened to him, because there's definitely going to be some supernatural elements with him drowning, because he decided not to go abide by the rules of the game. There was someone that he cared about very dearly, someone who was a girlfriend. She died as well, and the gore is there in this series. Even though it is a little bit censored, the gore is still there. You saw her just being ripped apart. We see later in the episode somebody straight up explode, but they managed to keep it just enough to send a chill up your spine and make you feel a little bit unsettled by things that we're seeing. But it definitely is a very odd placement to know that this kid has been through this game already, and he's trying to tell everybody that we need to follow these rules because I've done this before. And we get these type of stories, but we usually get flashbacks weaved between the story, but we don't know how many episodes this is gonna have. So they're gonna have to adapt this really well, especially now with me having the knowledge that this is like the second part of this story. I just don't think that was a good landing point for this series, and things are definitely accelerated in this story, because once the game kicked off, people just started dropping like flies, and it feels like, it really does feel like we were dropped in the middle and we didn't have enough time to care about these people who are dying, or even if we're supposed to, because at this point they're trying to sell that this game is real and you have to play or you're gonna die. But I have a feeling that if we didn't know the severity of it going in until we actually saw it, things will fare out a little bit better for it. But there is someone I care about, which is Natsuko. Oh my god, this character, she is such a sweetheart that when she does meet her end, if she ever does, I'm probably gonna be crushed, because they showed enough of her personality to show that everybody loves her, everybody cares about her. She's funny, she's sweet, she's athletic, she's pretty. So when those type of characters die, it's usually the type of characters that hurts everybody. And our main character, he doesn't want to involve her in this game, but he doesn't want to die either. But unfortunately, their fates are going to clash. Now she's involved in this game too, and they have to find a way to get out together, because again, these challenges that this king seems innocent at first, like, you know, it's just like kiss a girl, but then it turns to attack someone, kill someone, and if people don't do it, they're gonna straight up die. And it makes me worry, at least for this character in particular, because now that we have Natsuki, I'm pretty sure I messed up her name. Yes, it is Natsuko. It's Natsuko. Now that we have her, we got to spend a little bit of time for her. I do worry about her, but now the main character, we know he survived already. That's something I wish they would have, and I'm usually not a fan of stretching things out, but I wish that's something they would have saved for later. Now that we know he survived, it's kind of like, will he survive again? They could still very well surprise us and give us a twist. Maybe she's going to be the main character. We don't know. But it's going to be hard to see everybody else as anything other than fodder. And I think the biggest thing about this also was hurting it as coming in just knowing that this guy survived a game before. What is this king? Why is the rule absolute? And the rules that we have for the game is that you must participate. You can't back out at any time. You have to do the challenge within 24 hours. And if you don't do it, you're going to die. I mean, it's just as simple as that. But it's already been kind of spilled that this is a supernatural being, because Nobuaki was, you know, trying to explain to everybody, like, look, this isn't a game, this is real. We need to play along or we're gonna die. Even though everybody didn't believe him at first, he pretty much told them, no, this isn't a person doing this. This is a supernatural being. So it's just weird. Even though I enjoyed the episode very much, it really does feel like something was missing. And it wasn't done in a way, or maybe it was done in a way, I'm sorry, it was done in a way like Danganronpa. Like, they have an adaptation of the first game, then we didn't have season 2. You actually gotta play the game for season 2. Then season 3 picks up after the game and everything. And I feel the same thing with this series, where we're being dropped in the middle of a story that was already told. And it can very well go bad if it's not weaved in well enough for us to care about why. I mean, they could have easily just had him not be a survivor and go from there. But those are my gripes with it. But overall, I really did like this series. Again, it has that throwback horror feel. It took me, instantly zapped me back to the early 2000s and the horror movies from there. I liked it enough to keep up with it that I'm going to give it the 3-episode test. And I'm really hoping it's up to the task, because we need a good horror anime right now. At base, I don't know if it's going to be anything that we haven't seen before, but at least I can say it is off to a good start to give it a chance for 3 episodes. So guys, let me know what you thought of this series in the comments below. Do you like it? Are you going to stick with it? Or are you going to give it a 3-episode test? I know I'm going to give it a 3-episode test as far as reviewing, and we're going to go from there, because there's not a lot of mystery in it anymore because of what was revealed and how it's paced. Which again, you know, the pacing was kind of fast because it feels like we're just dropped into the second part of the story. But overall, I enjoyed it enough to watch it. So I'm going to go ahead and get it out of here. If you like the video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not shortage of content you indulge on this channel. As I always say, you guys be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that. So thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.